Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Super Wrestling Federation's Saturday Night Powerslam. Taunting for the crowd here live on Saturday Night Powerslam. The legendary Trout Buster and Trout. I imagine Ed is so proud of his grandson, Brandon, for becoming the SWF World Champion by defeating Bad Luck Rita Rotten. He shocked the world and he shook the SWF to its core. Brandon Trout, the tag team partner of Ed Trout, and they're going to be in that SWF tag team tournament to crown the first ever tag team champions. Perhaps Brandon could be the first ever dual champion in SWF history. But for now, we need to focus on the task at hand, and right now the Death Row Messiah, after a 3-month absence, makes his return to the ring. He's going to be taking on Ed Trout in singles competition. This should be interesting. Here we go, the referee Johnny Ovaki rings the bell. Here we go. We've never seen this match before. Ed Trout has never faced Gary Gruesome. Gary Gruesome has only ever had one match in the SWF, his debut match in a barbed wire death match against none other than the Bloody Butcher, which would result in Gary Gruesome dropping the Bloody Butcher on his head onto a sledgehammer, knocking him out. So far, the SWF win-loss record for Gary Gruesome is a 1-0. Will it be a 2-0 tonight, or is it going to be 1-1 when Ed Trout is done with him? If he keeps kicking him like that, he's going by prison rules. Oh my God, the fluorescent light tube smashing right over the face of Ed Trout. Even though he's not in the yard, even though he's not behind bars, he's still fighting prison tactics. And that works out perfectly within the confines of the SWF rules. There are no countouts, no disqualifications, as per our send the fans home happy policy. And I can see Gary Gruesome is not unfamiliar with that, and I can see that he's happy to take full advantage of that. But see, he may have smashed that fluorescent light tube over the head of Ed Trout here, but Ed Trout is still standing and still fighting. And I think Gary Gruesome may underestimate this man. Gary Gruesome has only had one match so far in the SWF, and though he did win, it's only been one match, and it was against a different man. He's never faced Ed Trout before. Ed Trout is one of the top-tier competitors. Yes, he's one of the oldest on the roster, but man, oh man, does he love professional wrestling, and does he ever want to make his name cemented into the SWF. And he's doing great. But can Ed Trout defeat the Death Row Messiah, Gary Gruesome? Look at that! Ed Trout going off with the furious strikes and continuing the pummeling right on the center of the mat there. We have not seen Gary Gruesome in over 3 months. We have no idea where he's been. He has not been on Saturday Night Powerslam, has not been on any of the SWF shows. I would say it's nice to see him return, but I'm not sure I like this guy. He's got a dirty attitude. He's a sketchy guy. Oh my gosh, what a lariat though. Taking down Ed Trout. These two have never faced each other. Ed Trout was not the referee in the match where Gary Gruesome took on the Bloody Butcher in the barbed wire death match. It was the referee that you see in the ring right here, right now. Oh, the two men collide. I think Ed Trout had a plan, but it didn't quite work out. Johnny Ovaki was the referee for that match that we previously saw Gary Gruesome in. At the time, he was going by Gruesome Gary, but he decided to change his name up a little bit. Felt this was more fitting. I think it's a much better name, personally. Beautiful Russian leg sweep there by Ed Trout. Incredible. Wait a second, Ed Trout going off! Look at that! You don't get to be as wise as a man like this without learning how to fight. You've got to get through some incredible battles. Hard to win battles if you don't know how to fight. Wait a second. Oh, multiple. Wait a second. The wind-up and the pitch. Oh, right across the chest. The baseball lover Ed Trout bringing his love of baseball into the wrestling ring. And that was almost enough to defeat him. He got a 2.9. Not quite a 3. but better than a 1, that's for sure. Gary Gruesome is a sick individual. This guy will bring out the weapons. He'll do whatever he's got to do. And while he can't be disqualified, he'll take full advantage of the send the fans home happy policy implemented by our senior official Johnny Ovaki. That means no countouts, no disqualifications. And look at that, Ed Trout could have easily grabbed a weapon from under the ring, but he chose not to. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. But right now, Gary Gruesome is bringing the pain to Ed Trout, picking him up and slapping him down. The Death Row Messiah goes for the pin here. Only a 2 count. The legendary Ed Trout. Oh my gosh! The Death Row Driver. The finishing maneuver of Gary Gruesome. That's exactly how he defeated the Bloody Butcher. But he didn't win by pinfall. He knocked him out by slamming his head onto a sledgehammer. Oh my god, the Tiger Suplex! The Super Tiger Suplex from the top turnbuckle. 1, 2, and 2.9. Gary Gruesome, he brought out a weapon earlier. He's been fighting dirty all match, but he can't put down Ed Trout. He looks shocked. My goodness, look at that mug. This guy is ugly. Wise move, taking out his legs, kicking him right in the side of the skull there. Ed Trout starting to fight dirty himself, doing whatever it takes to survive, bringing out all the stops. Oh, beautiful power slam. 2.9, Ed Trout survives for a moment longer. Oh, goes for that head, but Trout is down. Irish whip now, bouncing off the ropes. Oh, picks him up and drops him down hard. Goes for the spear, spear by Ed Trout. One of the signature moves of this. Oh no, he tried it again. Didn't connect that time. Wait a second. Oh no. Oh no, Gary Gruesome seems to be in control right now. Oh no, no, he's got a scythe! He just hit him across the head with a scythe that he had in that jumpsuit. And Trout is bleeding profusely. Oh no. Oh, he's got a fork. Look at that. He knows he couldn't put him down. He hit him with his finisher, still couldn't pin him. Now he's bringing out the weapons. Oh no. He got him with the Death Row Driver. Ed Trout has been knocked out unconscious. He's unconscious. He's knocked out. Gary Gruesome picks up another win with that deadly finishing maneuver, knocking out another opponent. This guy is going to be a problem.